Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who support me, DS1 Ross and Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. We back here tonight with another one. Shout out to everybody who's here. I appreciate you. If you're here, go ahead and smash that like button and share the stream for me. Do that for me, fam. Let me go ahead and get my announcements out before we get the show started. First off, go to my playlist section of this channel and you can check out all my series. I have about a good 4 series there. So if you like my content and you're new to my channel and you would like to binge watch and just get to know the type of content I bring here, check out the playlist section of this channel. All of the series is there. You can also check out my car rant series, where I just be in my car and rant about popular subjects. Y'all also could check that out. Also, last night I started something that I'll be doing every week here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Every Saturday we will have a Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live, it's a free open chat to everyone, to all my supporters. And on that show, it's just I let you guys choose. You know, whatever you guys want to talk about, it's cool. You know, there's no specific topic or anything. Like tonight, we have an open panel. I'm letting people know the panel is open, but we have a subject, we have a topic. Of course, if the topic sways into another subject, is cool, but just address the topic. You know, because sometimes these topics lead into other things. So I don't mind. You know, I don't mind if you guys come up and we end up talking about something else. That's cool, but let's at least address the topic. You know, so it's another open panel tonight. To anybody that want to come on and discuss this topic, feel free. As y'all can see, the topic is Black Pride for sale? Is Black Pride for sale? Talk about tonight. Shout out to Poetic Kels on the check-in. Great to see you, sis. Shout out to Perry Tyler. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna give some more. I'm gonna give some people some more time before we get it started tonight. If you're tuned in, go ahead and smash the like button. Share the show for me. If you have the community tab, share the show, fam. Very much appreciated. Shout out to Jaloso on the check-in. I appreciate you. What's going on, Huey? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out, shout out to my man Loso. God bless you, my brother. Thanks for the donation. Much love. Mika 32. Welcome. Like I said, if you guys have the community tab, go ahead and share this for me, fam. Share it for me. Is black pride for sale though? What y'all think of this topic? No doubt, Loso. Oh, I appreciate it, Mika. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, what y'all think about the topic? Is black pride for sale? Do y'all think black pride is for sale? Depends on a black person. No doubt. No doubt. But how about from a general consensus? Because that's why I asked the question. I'm asking it from a general consensus from what we see today from black people, from our so-called leaders to the so-called followers. Is black pride for sale? That's the topic for tonight. Do y'all think black pride is for sale? I don't mean like your individual black pride. I mean black pride in a from a social standpoint. From what people show the world black pride is today. I don't think many understand pride. Too many selling their souls. So yes, indeed. I agree, Mika. I definitely agree. And that's what I want to get into tonight. I want us to go into that, and I want us to go into depth a little bit more on who's really encouraging um this stuff, you know, because for it to be so normal nowadays, the way people just selling out and giving up on the people, it just seems very manufactured and artificial, you know. It's all based on opinion. Okay. How so? Shout out to Deep in Thought. Thanks for tuning in, Deep in Thought. How so? Is black pride for sale? Is you saying it's all based on opinion? Okay, let me ask, in what setting are we speaking of? I'm speaking in the sense of today with the boom of social media and with consciousness becoming so popular now because of social media and because of the conscious community. From what you've been seeing, I don't know if you follow the conscious community deep in thought, but um, do you think Black pride is for sale? Do you think everything that's being said by these so-called Black leaders, do you think they're just trying to sell us something? Or do you think they're actually genuine in their efforts?
Well, I feel like if we could see something, I would say that they're genuine in their efforts. If I could see something, you know what I'm saying? If you keep if you keep talking, I'm gonna think that you kind of selling. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So basically what you saying, sis, and welcome. Cause
Thank you. I'm
cause
sorry. Shout
nah,
out
it's, it's
to
it's all good.
you. Shout out to you, bro, and shout out to the chat.
Yeah.
We'll get
I
to
was
the topic because it's a good topic, but I trying to like it's I'll try to find the best answer.
nah, I'm glad you answered that. But I was speaking of the deep in thought, but I'm glad you said that because I'm glad you said that though, because that's a good point. It's like if if you're really not trying to, bamboozle us, then let us see something.
Yeah.
Like
Let
what
me.
is let us see exactly what's going on. Okay,
But
deep in thought says some are genuine, but what we do as people are judging on their works, meaning what they're doing in the community. Okay, I mean I can agree with that. Some of them are genuine, but I'm not really judging I'm not really judging people on on their on their works in the community.
community, no, we're not talking about that. We're
Nah,
talking about these people that just be talking about what needs to be done, what should be done, solutions, but it's just like a circular conversation. It's like you're selling something.
exactly. That's exactly my point, sis. It's like it's not that we're judging their works in the community. It's that we want to know, are you really doing what you say you're gonna do? Like
Yes, thank you. I'm
perfect
glad you put it.
perfect example. Perfect example is Umar Johnson. Umar has been trying to open a school for how many years? He done collected over $1 million. He done showed us two, three different schools, and he has done nothing with the schools. He hasn't tried to do anything. But but he keeps showing us of him going to these schools saying, yeah, we gonna buy this school. Now we gonna buy this school. So it's almost like, are you really trying to buy the school, or are you
Kind of like
trying to
illusion.
right. Basically you trying to piss on people's heads and tell them it's raining. You,
Right.
you know you're not gonna buy the school, but you keep and
And
allude until you buying it so people could donate more money, because right now he's saying he need a whole nother $1 million.
oh my, how many times is this?
This is what I'm saying. And altogether he done got about damn near $1 million in donations, and the money disappeared all of a
Mm,
sudden.
disappeared.
Yeah, he said PayPal took like 250,000 from him. And he said GoFundMe took money from him too.
PayPal?
Yeah,
I know,
he said PayPal took 250 grand out the million.
that don't sound right. I don't know. Um, as far as GoFundMe, I don't know too much about GoFundMe, so I can't speak on GoFundMe. But PayPal, I don't know about that one.
I mean,
Well, anyhow, but the fact of the matter is, there's still no school.
exactly. That's and that's my point. Like for you to be done, for you to be done got $1 million, in donations. We should see something. You should be done bought a building, and there should be some construction going on.
Yeah, I agree. So that's what you mean. Yeah, I feel like,
Right.
some of this, a lot of times we get sold a dream.
Exactly. And what I'm starting to notice, especially right here on YouTube, I'm noticing that people, this is their new hustle. To hustle to sell you black pride. Oh, well, sister, you a god.
Mm,
Now buy these beads from me for $35
mm-mm.
that I got that I bought from a goddamn Chinese man in Lower Manhattan for $6. I'ma sell it to you for 35 and tell you these are some magical beads.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about when I say it's black pride for sale. Oh, sister, you 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 need to align your chakras. You need to put on this chain. So in order for me to align my chakras, I gotta buy this chain from you, right?
Right.
Like that.
Right. Just really, really
That's what I
hustling.
mean. That's what I mean by black pride. Is black pride for sale? That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You got people telling you to that they're vegans, and they eat all alkaline food, but they getting caught in McDonald's.
Well, yeah, because I had a friend like that too. She told me she was vegan and she ate a whole meatball. Were you did you just eat that whole meatball? And it was a huge meatball.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's that's
maybe
that.
maybe she working on it. Maybe she working on it.
Telling you, man, it's something. That's why I came up with this topic, because a lot of these, a lot of these charlatans, they get caught up out here because they're trying to sell us everything. Everything, everything is all of their talking points leads up to them marketing a product to you
Yeah,
or marketing a service to you.
can I that's the truth, because can I tell you, like, what I'm saying, I used to go to like these real estate seminars that'd be like for 2 hours, and I'm thinking that they're going to talk about their course, but what they be doing is selling you, like, they be selling you their story, their success story, and then it's like, oh, and all this glitter and these boats and these yachts and these wine glasses, and at the end they hit you with a $5,000 fee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what's the $5,000 fee for? For us to show you how to live like that.
Exactly.
So yeah, you got people selling, gimmicks.
Yeah. It's all a selling point. Like, for instance, like, and I've talked about this before on my channel. I've noticed that, and we do this a lot as black people. We never capitalize on the things that we create. Like, for instance, we wear dashikis, right?
Hmm.
Tell me why they sell dashikis in Walmart now.
They do.
These corporations have watched the conscious community sit back and rape and pillage black people instead of actually creating a community and creating a goddamn a industry. See, consciousness was supposed to be an industry for us, but we let the goddamn corporations, who we like to call culture vultures, in and capitalize.
You-
Now they selling dashikis in Walmart. You could buy an Ankh in Walmart.
Walmart, really?
Yes, yes. You Most of these Ankhs that you see a lot of these conscious people selling in the streets, look on the back. Them shit say made in China. Why why is black people who's selling our culture back to us, why are they not manufacturing it? Why is an Ankh being made in China? That's not their that's they don't that's not their heritage. That's not their ancestry. That's not where they from. Why isn't black people, why aren't we creating these conscious things? Why we not selling the unks? Why we not manufacturing the soap? I'm talking about
Yeah,
plant wise,
yeah,
like
that's true.
industry wise.
That's true because like when you go to some beauty supply store for women who be going to beauty supply store, you be seeing all the good black African pride soaps up in there. Who runs the beauty supply stores?
Exactly. Exactly. And even I notice too with our people, when we create stuff, we quick to sell out. Like all of your popular black hair care products is being pushed through Walmart. Walmart is selling it. And what they're starting to do, they're starting to give these black companies contracts. You could quickly get a contract now because they
Yeah,
quickly want to take it from you and own everything and just give you, they'll pay you some money up front, like they do in a rap game. They give you a big check up front, and then
hmm
they own everything else. Then
and
they own your company at the end.
and sad to say, it's so easy to do that because no disrespect, but black folks will sell their soul for trinkets.
Yeah, because a lot of us is in a state of desperation. So if you got a company saying, "Well, I'll buy your hair sheen for $250,000," it's like it's hard to turn down $250,000.
It
It's
definitely
hard,
is.
but they gonna
Especially
own your shit for the next 70 years.
right. So, is it worth it?
Right, right. But if you only created it in the beginning to sell it, but use black pride and black consciousness as the selling point, of course you're gonna take the check. You see what I mean?
Yep, I
And
do.
and what Walmart is doing is Walmart is using the same selling tactic as the conscious brother.
Right.
He's using he's using black consciousness to sell the shit to us. He's doing the same exact thing. Same thing.
hmm
But we get mad when we start seeing shit in Walmart. We can't do it. We can't do that, man.
Then if we getting so mad about seeing it in Walmart, why don't we sell it?
Exactly. And why don't, like I was saying earlier, why didn't the people in the conscious community turn this conscious thing into an industry for us? Because it's already an industry. There's no conscious community because there's no black community. There's a conscious industry
Yeah,
where
you
you
said that
sell
right.
conscious products and conscious services. That's an industry that is now owned and controlled by other groups of people. Because what did they do? They understand that the United States is a market. It's not a country, it's a market. This is why everybody come to America. because it's free enterprise. Anybody could come from here and make money. So what they did was they watched this big explosion of black consciousness all over YouTube. They watched everybody talk about the Ankh and oh, I'm this God and Amun Ra, and they watched all that shit and they watched us romanticize the shit instead of turning it into an economic base for
Hmm.
us.
Real talk.
And they took over that shit. And now you got niggas like Boyce Watkins on here trying to sell you financial freedom. But he already got
A gimmick,
exposed.
a gimmick. You come across a lot of those financial freedom. That's how that real estate seminar thing is. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to sell you financial freedom. I'm not saying that you can't make money doing that, but they're just selling their gimmick, their so-called knowledge on how to make six figures when you could actually find that out on your own.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Shout out to O Reliable. Shout out
Hi,
to Hill Zen.
Reliable.
Shout out to Hill Zen on the check-in. Welcome.
Hi, Hilton.
The link is in the chat room, y'all. If y'all want to join the conversation, the link is in the chat. I appreciate y'all.
And,
John
and, and shout out to John Doe, Deep in Thought, and Mika.
John Doe said they said it in the movie 1976. We no longer live in a world of nations and ideologies. The world is a college of corporations determined by the bylaws of business. The world is a business. This exactly, John Doe. Exactly.
He
But
said it perfectly.
a lot of us as black folk don't understand that. See why they have to keep us in the mindset of we're separate. It's no reason for us to unify.
Yeah, so they could keep,
Just for what John Doe said.
yep, so they could keep us blindsided.
Thank you. Thank you. They got us stuck in the ideology of the old world. We're caught up in ideologies. While these people, when everything is business,
Business,
and the
everything.
laws that we have to follow and abide by is based on corporations. Like people don't understand the police are revenue agents.
Yes. I mean, you hear about it all the time that this world is a corporation. I've been hearing about that for a while.
But people don't understand it though, sis. When they hear it, it's like, oh shit, I never heard that. Wow, the world's a corporation. But then after that,
I mean,
it's
isn't
like,
it self-explanatory?
huh?
Can't they just kind of tell that it's incorporated?
Not really. Not really. Not really. Most people don't understand that they living in the matrix. See, you begin. See, that's why it's good to kind of be a conspiracy theorist because
I like when you talk about the Matrix, because I follow conspiracy theories too.
right, and that's why you can say what you just said. You see what you just said? Well, can't people tell? No, they can't tell. You know why you can tell? Because you've opened your mind up to see that as a possibility.
Yeah, that's true.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people don't see certain things as being possible, like like modifying the weather. There's people that'll tell you they ain't gonna modify the weather for what? You see what I'm saying? Certain
Yeah.
people minds cannot go but so far. That's the matrix wants you to be that way.
But see, the crazy thing about it is when you open your mind to these type of things, you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk to people whose minds aren't open like yours in this situation.
You
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
You
I
right
don't
about
want to talk. What would you say?
No, I was agreeing with you. I said you're right.
Yeah, like I don't want to talk to anybody who don't think on the same level as me when it comes to certain things.
Right,
That's why I said I like when you talk about the Matrix.
right. And see what I be trying to let everybody know is that all of these things tie into the matrix because we're all a part of it. So the topics that we talk about are just like subcategories of what's really going on. Shout out to Annette B. Welcome.
Sugar Boo and that B.
Shout out to my brother, Mr. Sutton. Good evening, my brother. Thanks for
Hi,
tuning
Mr.
in.
Sutton. Hi, Muhammad is the one. Hi, sweetheart.
John Doe says, in simple terms, business is about offering goods and services in exchange for capital. You can make money doing anything if you can frame and pitch it right.
Salute to John Doe for
It's
that.
my man. It's my man right there, man.
That's a real G, and that's so right.
Facts. 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 You can make money doing anything.
Anything.
Anything. Anything.
And I be trying to tell people that, but they don't get it.
Because because they don't have what John Doe was just talking about, the gift of gab. You have to be able to pitch it right. That's part of marketing. You have to be able to sell it. You have to be a salesman in some form or fashion. Unless unless your product is good enough that it'll sell itself, but you still have to put it out there. You still got to tell people what you have. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Shout out to Haven. Because some products sell itself where you don't have to, press as much. But like
Especially if
he
it's
said,
needed.
yep, yep, it has to be a necessity. That's a fact. Shout out to Monique Hill. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, much love to everybody.
Oh, Reliable says there used to be a TV show that said in the opening, "What if everything you were told was a lie?"
So, they be throwing hints out there and they just be flying on right by us and we don't catch
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
until we get older. And then
Yep.
when we try to explain it to these younger generations to get them to at least see halfway what you're saying, they don't want to listen to you.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Exactly, Mika. The truth is in plain sight. Let me ask you something,
It's
sis.
being in plain sight. Yeah, you
Let
can
me
ask
ask you
me.
something, sis. Do you remember the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
That don't sound like something I watch, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay. I didn't watch it either, but I brought it up because when I was young, it was a show. One of those shows was it was the type of show that basically what they was doing in the show was they was selling you the lifestyle of rich people. They was trying to sell that image to poor people.
So before you go on, because we got to break this down.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm gonna let you finish the story because I might ask you a question that might lead to your next point.
Okay, cool. Now, what they were doing was the whole show, they was showing they was showing people who was watching, they was showing you yachts, they was showing you vacations in the Bahamas, they was showing you trips to Australia. Like they was showing you the most expensive cars, the best five-star hotels, and they was trying to make the average working person feel like this lifestyle was attainable by going to work. Now, What do you think about that? Why based on what I just said, why do you think they would show poor people and promote that to poor people?
See, that was the same question I was going to ask you. Like, what do they expect for poor people to do? The only thing I would assume poor people would do is ask, how, what's up? Where can I mean, how can I be a part of the winning team? So then now what's going to be their next sale pitch? When a
See,
poor person come forward and asks, yes, I would like to have a yacht. I would like to travel to the Bahamas. What's the steps?
well, the next thing that this is what I get from it. They always, and they still do it to this day. They always try to sell the illusion of the normal working class or poor class people living this rich lifestyle because they want you to remain a slave, because they want you to think that that stuff is attainable by working a 9 to 5.
Oh, but anybody who works a 9 to 5 know better than
That
that.
they will never attain a yacht.
Yeah. See, that's the difference between me. I don't sell nothing that I can't see. I mean, I don't buy nothing that I can't see.
Right.
And that's just kind of like the real estate seminars I was telling you about. They do the same thing. They show you how the family be in Hawaii, how they have these nice cars, how they have this big mansion looking house, you know what I'm saying? But you got to pay to find out how to get to that step.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And
there's no testimony. The testimonies are the people that's helping them sell it.
exactly. Exactly. And I'm glad you brought that real estate thing up because that's the new hustle in the black community now. In the black conscious community, there's a lot of guys telling you, you could buy into this real estate fund. You could become financially free. Just and what I'm noticing is they're using the fact that, oh, I got love for my people and I want to see black people win as their selling point. Like John Doe said, you gotta be able to sell it.
Mhm.
You have to be able to pitch it. That's part of their pitch. Their pitch is, I'm doing this for my people. I'm doing this
Mhm.
to to help my people become financially free.
And then again, here goes the point of me saying I don't buy anything I don't see. Do you have one of your people that could testify that this worked?
Well, this guy I'm talking about right here, he started a whole school, a real estate school. And he has a lot of testimonies. But like you said, a lot of the people who make testimonies be people that's
Who
already down with it. So,
that's getting a cut?
right, exactly. So it's like whenever I hear people who have a service and you're telling me that the purpose of your service is just for me, nowadays, I think it's a lie. And I think it's bullshit behind it. Because I don't believe black people should get in business just for black people. That's stupid.
Mhm.
Why would I open? So if I'm gonna open up a supermarket, I'm gonna just open up a supermarket for black people to eat at.
Mm-mm. No,
What?
you don't want to
That
limit yourself like that. Like
exactly, and that goes back to what
your supermarket gonna be down in like 3 months.
exactly, exactly. And
You better be a little bit more universal.
thank you, because it goes back to what John Doe was saying. Um, the world that we live in is no longer on nations and ideologies. See, that's an ideology. Oh, I'm gonna make a supermarket for my people. Oh, I'm pro-black. That's an ideology.
Mm-hmm.
Ideologies don't run the world no more. Business runs the world. And what I'm noticing, they're using these ideologies, and they're wrapping those ideologies around their products and using them as labels. So
Mm-hmm.
so now if I come out with alkaline water, I could sell it to people in the conscious community, because people in the conscious community love alkaline water. And they think that alkaline water is the water that black people should be drinking.
Well, that's crazy because there is a carpet cleaning company out here that I don't know, that claims that they only use alkaline water to clean their carpet.
I mean, at
Like
the end.
they have a whole thing in their there where it makes the alkaline water for them
Mhm.
to use to clean carpet. Now I must say that this company is getting got some very very good reviews, but how do I know that's alkaline water?
Thank you. And if you're gonna have alkaline water, I feel like your sales pitch should just be about health. It shouldn't have nothing to do with, well, I'm gonna sell my alkaline water to the conscious community because they've been talking about drinking alkaline water and not drinking tap water for the past 10 years. So
Or
you see what I'm saying?
or if you sell it outside of your community, somebody might catch on that it was nothing but tap water.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's not
Thank
playing.
you. That's the other side of it. That's the other side of it, sis. You're exactly right. Because if you don't, we know we could sell bullshit to our people, but if we try to bullshit somebody else,
You know how that goes.
facts. You exactly right. You right.
Right. You
And,
gotta
and
be careful.
and that's crazy you say that, because they caught a nigga in the conscious community selling toilet water, telling
Did
people it
not,
was tap water.
that's
I mean,
crazy.
telling people it was alkaline, and it was tap and toilet water mixed, and he tried to
Man,
put minerals in it to try
what
to
kind of,
to try to alkalize it.
so how you gonna alkaline some toilet water? Explain that.
Thank you.
Oh man, that's not. I would have lost it if I found out.
And do you know he came out here to North Carolina and did a lecture, and he said he made $700 off selling bottles of water,
So bottles of water that supposedly is.
bottles of toilet water,
Oh snaps! All right, if there's a will, there's a way.
and he made $700 off bottles of toilet water.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, deep end. People be doing some wild shit in this world. That's a
Desperate
fact.
means desperate measures.
Telling you, man. And a lot of them is these conscious people, these people that's claiming to be conscious and part of this conscious movement and all that. They ain't doing nothing but they ain't doing nothing but pillaging the community, man. Pillaging people.
Yeah, that's kind of cold. You know what I'm saying? Like to be running that kind of game under that type of name.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you don't have no conscience. You just try to sell me some toilet water. You don't got no conscience.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt one day when I was on 125th and I bought an Unk and I turned that shit around and it said made in China. That's how I felt.
I know you was like, am I missing something?
I don't even wear Unks no more because of that.
Mm,
I don't
made
wear
it.
it no more because if I don't know who made it, I'm not wearing it.
Fam
Because
like,
see,
hell
people don't
no. Fuck
understand
that.
certain. Yeah, because How the hell do we have? Why are we outsourcing for products that's supposed to represent us? But then when I'm walking down the block and you trying to sell me the unk, you're telling me that this shit represents me. So if it represents me, why you didn't make it? Or why your homeboy didn't make it? Or somebody that looked like me? Why did soy sauce make my unk?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But then we always want to talk about culture vultures. We don't even make our products into industry. We don't do it. We don't do it. And then we get mad at other people. Come on, we can't keep doing that. That's foolish, man. We doing this shit to ourselves,
I agree.
crying about black people being broke, but then you selling black pride. I got these black pride t-shirts.
They don't went broke buying that Black Pride T-shirt
Black pride t-shirts. Yeah. Come on.
because it
It
said Black Pride.
right. Like people just need to be real. Like be yourself. Like stop trying to hide behind the guise of black power.
You know what
You
I'm
know?
saying?
I hate that. I hate that, man. Let's just have a normal conversation. Let's just be, let's be regular. Let's be normal. Like what is I don't get it. I really don't well, I get it. Cause it's about the bag at the end of the day. So
Yes, it is.
I get it, but damn, is anybody real anymore? It's like, damn. Then they be like, nah, my brother, not the Asians, the Asiatics. Right, exactly. Exactly, John Doe. Exactly. Always trying to bamboozle you.
Yeah, I'll be like, stop bullshitting.
Yeah,
I'm not spending no money.
exactly. Come on, man. Come on.
We
And
gotta,
that's their sales pitch. Their sales pitch is black pride. Hey, my beautiful Nubian sister.
I know. It's like, oh, here we go. What you selling?
Right. Well, sister, I I got this I got this Nubian dashiki bikini set.
Oh no.
You want to look like you back at home when you on the beach. Here you go, sister. I'm only charging $30. $30 for the bikini set, you
You
know?
see what I'm saying? They sell you the illusion.
Exactly. They wrap this shit up. Your bikini set is wrapped up in black pride. And you supposed to buy it because it's wrapped up in black pride.
Right, right.
On your receipt after you bought the bikini, it says black pride. I just supported my people.
And
Come
bought a
on,
freaking
man.
bikini.
Mr. Sutton said, remember, bro, a lot of things are made in China because of cheap labor. Exactly. Exactly. And that is the reason why China is one of the superpowers of the world. Labor is what makes you a superpower. That's why America is the biggest superpower in the world. We got the largest labor force. That's why they bring slaves from all over the world that built America. It's all based on labor, bro. You're exactly right. But we need to labor for ourselves. That's the problem. We need to work for self. We could
I
we could
agree
have our
with
own
you.
factories and warehouses. We could do that shit ourselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of creativity, you know.
Exactly. We can do it. Exactly. And I believe we got, for all the things that we say we need, everybody do it. We got carpenters, we got everything.
Yes, we have the whole 9 yards actually.
Unity part, coming together to get an industry, coming together from a business perspective. Put all
But
that
see, that's the
personal shit to
problem.
the side. Right. I
But
don't
that's the
care if you a
problem.
Christian. I don't care if you Muslim. I don't care if you sleep with women or men or dogs. We gonna come together for business. That's what all other coaches do. They put that shit aside. Straight up.
That's
John
some real talk, Sam.
John Doe says it works more on women when you come at them with positive complimentary energy. It's just like the pickup community. Right, you right. Oh, I dropped the link again for you, Raphael, if you want to get on. John Doe said target the young female women. The dudes want the women so they get into what she's into. The young kids want to be like the older adults, and the older women want to compete with the younger women. Facts. Target the young adult women, you get them all. Facts. That's a fact, John Doe. Welcome back, Haven. The link is
Hi,
in the chat, Haven. If you want to hop on, you can hop on, bro. But I
yeah,
agree with
Sam, you
that,
was
John
making
Doe.
some good points right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. John Doe, that's my man. Day one supporter right there. That's my guy.
Mad love to the day one supporters. So, Sam,
Hmm.
speaking of day one supporters, what is that? Which year did you actually start doing lives? Not when
Um,
you had your channel, because I had my channel since 2014, but I didn't know that you could go live until
oh,
like 2017.
well, when I first started my channel in 2016, and in the beginning, I didn't know how to go live, so I was just doing uploads. But I started going live early. I learned how to go live. I taught myself. I figured it out. Um, Late 2016. So my first live stream was New Year's Day on 2017. That was my first live stream.
Yeah, so you started your first live stream in 2017.
Yep, New Year's Day.
That's
New
what's
Year's.
up.
Yep, that was my first live. And guess who was there?
Who?
John Doe.
That's too cool.
John Doe. Yep. John Doe was there when I used to talk to myself. For real. Him, one of one of the first people who was watching me was John Doe and Zeus Flippy. First two ever. One day I was live and I was just talking because I'm used to just. I'm like, well, ain't nobody gonna come in here. I'm gonna just talk to myself. You know what I'm saying? One day I
Right.
saw,
Until somebody come up in here.
yeah, I saw it. I said one watch, and I said, oh shit, somebody watching me.
Well, let me
Nobody,
keep talking.
huh?
No, you were saying one somebody's watching, so keep talking.
Yeah. So I would talk anyway if nobody was watching. I used to just talk to the screen, and I used to pretend I was talking to a whole group of people. That's how I was doing my streams. I was talking like I was talking to y'all, but nobody was there. Shout out to Haven. What's good, bro?
What's good? What's good? What's popping?
How
You can
you
hear me?
doing, Hayden? Yeah,
Peace,
we
peace,
hear
peace.
you.
Peace. Peace for what, Kels?
Peace.
Peace. Oh, damn, I've been trying to get in contact with you, bro. Now, I haven't been trying. I've just been so busy, but I was like, damn, I can't wait for a time when I got some time off to just talk to you again. My
No
nigga.
doubt, bro.
Yeah. Shit, I've been super busy. I ain't even been doing the stuff I even wanted to do on this shit.
Yeah, I see, man. I see. I heard they took one of your other channels down too, though.
They took like 3 of my channels down.
Damn.
Wow, they're getting pretty strict.
Nah, they took it down because Tariq, Yvette, and Tone Talks keep flagging me. They on
Oh,
my
cause you
back.
on their heels.
Yeah, I'm on them,
Mm.
and they be flagging the shit out of me.
Cause you be banging on the ADOS shit.
Yeah, and they hurt because they know I know the truth. They know Tariq is mad because I be putting up the videos of him trying to play both sides of the fence, and he don't like that. The other two mad because they know I've been banging with them for like 2 years now, going after them, exposing them, and they heard about that. Like Yvette was hurt when I put out that picture of her when she used to be a white man.
Wow. Hold on real quick, Haven. Shout out to my man John Doe, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Much love, man. My day one supporter, man. See what happens when you stay down and you stay loyal to your day one supporters, man. They always look out for you. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. I
Mad love
appreciate
to
you, bro.
you.
I appreciate you, bro. But next time, man, hit the stream labs, bro. Hit the stream labs, man. But I appreciate you, my brother. Much love to you. Welcome, Miss Chantel. My brother Darren. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put the link back in the chat, so y'all could join. But yo, I that's crazy, man. Cause I kind of feel like, cause I watch. You ever heard of Zoe Williams? Haven.
Yeah, I heard of him, but I don't be watching him. That's the guy who be with Corey Holcomb, right?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I watch Zoe. I watch his show because he has a lot of, he introduced a lot of guys. And that's when I first saw the dude Tone. He was on Zoe's show and he was talking about reparations and all that shit like 2 years ago on his show. But I realized, like, when I listen to him speak, it's he talks from a defeatist mindset. Like he was talking like as if, you know, Caucasians have most of the wealth in the world. That's how it's always going to be. It's never going to change. Like he had that type of attitude. So now I see him pushing the ADOS shit and he's saying that we could get a check and black people could change their predicament and all of that shit. I started looking at him funny because I'm like, hold on.
Because that's
When
not
you
real.
Yeah,
God,
right.
bro.
The
Is
shift
that
in
me?
movement, in the opinion.
Is that me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying it's like an echo. Is that me?
Is it? I don't. Who is it? Is it me?
Nah,
Nah, I
y'all
ain't.
good. It's probably me. Hold on, let me mute myself.
Well, let me mute.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's what I said. I've told people. I said this movement ain't about no reparations. I said if you've been listening to them for like the last 2 years or a year, you know they don't even talk about reparations. And when they do, it's always we ain't getting it, or it would be nice. They don't talk about reparations or no on no actual, like that's what we trying to get and what we trying to do. I tried to explain that to people a bunch of times. I even showed the clip of Yvette saying we ain't getting no check and we ain't we ain't getting no reparations. They even said we ain't getting no reparations in no 2020. So I want to know why y'all pushing reparations 2020, which Tariq made up. People don't even understand that. It was Tariq dick riding the ADOS shit, and he's the one who started talking that reparations shit. And then that's when everybody came to it. And then that's when Tone and Yvette started talking the reparations shit. They wasn't talking it before. That's why they put HR 40 on a black agenda, and it's all the way at the bottom. And that's why they at now they shitting on HR 40 because they never even read it. They just threw it on their list because it was on the thing.
Right. And see, that's exactly why. That's exactly why I pay attention to people when they first pop up, because I knew something was funny with that dude Tone. Because I'm like, how 2 years ago when I heard you speaking, you were speaking from a defeated standpoint, but now all of a sudden we got a chance. Hmm. See, when you see, that's why you gotta watch people when they first come around. And that's why I rock with you, Haven, because you do the same shit. You watch people from their inception into this conscious shit. And you follow them and you watch their when they start changing. You always peep that shit. And I noticed that with Yvette Carnell too. And I noticed that with Tone. Now all of a sudden, y'all pushing this shit. It's because at the end of the day, it's a check for y'all, and it ain't a check for nobody else. Y'all wrapping this shit up in black pride, man.
Yeah, it's a check. Not only is it a check for them, but you got to also peep the game that now they working for white nationalists. Because remember, Tone now he now that he's people don't know this. Tone used to be a prosecutor. He used to work for the L.A. prosecutors. Like you say, the same way they crying about Kamala Harris. That's another reason why I knew Tone was fake. You talking all this shit about her, but you was working with her. You was a prosecutor in L.A. right? I mean, and Cali right with her. That was working. That was colleagues. And then you try to lie and make it seem like, oh, I became a prosecutor by mistake. I didn't know what I was doing. Who becomes how do you become a prosecutor by mistake, dog? And you now, as I was telling people, he was working for Newsmax, which is basically a white racist news source, white nationalist news source. Yvette Carnell, I exposed her. I've been told people that she was working with white nationalists, and then somebody got her to found out the exact group she was working for, and I exposed the group and the whole network she worked for, and she tried to make it seem like it. First she tried to deny it, then she tried to say it's not a big deal. Like when is it not a big deal that you work for white nationalists, dog? That's what's blowing my mind. That's a certified agent right there. She's on the board of a white nationalist think tank whose whole job is to try to cause confusion in the black community. This is what people was writing about them in the year 2013. She's a board member. That's why I told people, I said most of the talking points she's telling y'all that sound right, but ain't actually right. And the information she bringing y'all that look correct, but it ain't correct, it's coming from them, white nationalist sources. It ain't like that. And people people are so emotional because the word reparations is up. They hear the word reparations and they think they're getting a check, that they can't hear me because the emotions is too loud. It's like you working. That's who she is. She's literally working for white nationalists. That's who she works for. That's not an agent.
Exactly. Exactly. And what they're doing is they're using her and people who rock with her to push the agenda to us, because like I said, this is an industry. See, they don't look at us as no community. They look at us as an industry. This whole conscious shit and all of this black self-awareness and all that, this shit is a psyop that they using against the people, and they using our own people to sell us out. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, they're gonna run all this conscious shit. They're gonna run it.
They already run it. Cause I've been telling people that these dudes is working for white people, or they white nationalists, and they taking their talking points. Like Boyce Watkins, he got exposed with this black business boot camp, whatever this bullshit is. That he don't even own it. He's working for a Chinese dude. They just brought Boyce on to market it to black people. And Yvette knew the whole time. Yvette knew the whole time she was working with Boyce Watkins that he was working for a Chinese nigga. She didn't say nothing against it and speak out and expose him until Boyce refused to pay her. That's when she blew the whistle. So if Boyce would have been cutting her check, she would have been still rocking with Boyce, knowing damn well that they work for a Chinese dude pushing consciousness, pushing hope to the people that ain't actually gonna do nothing. Because I told people years ago, name me one Boy's been doing this Blackwell boot camp bullshit for how many years now? Name me one black person who started a business off that bullshit. And Boyce know you can't start a business off that shit. Boyce was a college professor. He taught finances professionally at the collegiate level. He know you can't take no fucking bullshit ass course for like a week for $300 and then you think you're gonna know everything you need to know to start a damn business. They playing with your mind.
Facts, bro. See, this is what I realized. A lot of these pro-black conscious scammers, what they're doing is they're not selling us nothing but templates. That's what Boyce was selling for $300. Template courses. Shit is templates, man. Not selling you no real information. And that's what like what you was talking about earlier, Kels, with the real estate hustle. They selling you templated information. And the more money you spend, they unlock a little bit more, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, but you gotta keep paying to know more and more information. The
But
higher
you don't know
you
for
get, the more
sure.
money you gotta spend.
Yeah, but you don't know for sure if it's going to work.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's exactly what Boyce was doing with the Black Business School, because I was going to join that shit at one point till I started looking and paying attention, and I'm like, damn, hold on. I don't see nobody saying that they were successful at completing this program. I don't even see nobody, because I look for reviews and stuff, and I didn't see no reviews about it or none of that. And then, like a year later, they exposed Boyce. Like, I put the dude name in the chat room. He worked for a guy named Charles Wu, Chinese guy. And they interviewed him, and he came out and said that Boyce works for him. He came out and he said it. He had no problem with saying that they was using Boyce to pitch their idea. He's a goddamn mouthpiece. He's a paid mouthpiece. And Boyce was the perfect candidate because of his qualifications. So they knew black people would go for it. Oh, he's black, he's a professional, he's into finance, so black people gonna believe he know about money. So they gonna trust him that he's gonna do the right thing.
And that's what I've been telling people for years. I kept telling people, I said, listen, the reason everybody used to ask me, why all you do is expose black people. I said, no, I don't. All I do is attack black people. I'm trying to expose these scamming ass niggas, because as time go on, more and more people are gonna realize that there's a lot of money to be made hustling consciousness. And then you're gonna start attracting more and more people, and then you're gonna start attracting people that's not even in the community. You're gonna start attracting people like Boyce, Umar, and all them who got PhDs and all these degrees, and realize that if all these little stupid ass niggas like Young Pharaoh and all these other little dumb niggas who probably read a book or two can scam you niggas, what can I do with my PhD, with my master's degree? If y'all gonna listen to them, y'all gonna definitely listen to me. And then now you want to have people outside the community like Mr. Wu and progressive reform. Progressive, whatever the fuck that group is called that Yvette is a part of, hiring black people with degrees to come speak to us and get money up out of us and manipulate us for their own political gain. And I knew that was gonna happen. I told people, I said, keep letting people like Polite and all these niggas run game on you. It's only a matter of time before people take notice of all this money being made with all these fake ass, weak ass scams before somebody start coming in with more sophisticated scams. Because if you're falling for that, you'll definitely fall for this.
Facts. Now the real sharks is coming in. And once the real sharks come in, it's over. That's when you know when it's over. That's when you know. And I said this years ago. The conscious community been infiltrated. Them people been gave it up, man. They been gave it up and sold out to corporations long time ago, man. They been gave it up. They ain't want nothing. It's too much work for them.
Yeah, like the Chinese people getting on it with the African mall clothes, hustling consciousness to black people. That's all it's gonna. I told people this is what's gonna happen. Y'all could have. I'm like, all this money that been swimming around here for all this time. Y'all could have did this y'all stuff and got this off the ground, made yourself rich, and helped a bunch of black people along the way. Instead, y'all wanted to scam, do these little bullshit scams. Now other people coming in here doing, moving y'all out the way, doing even bigger scams, and on some people not even scamming. They just setting up businesses that y'all should have been set up.
Exactly, exactly. That's why I said a long time ago, you know, one of my earliest streams that got a lot of notoriety was um a- are we part of a conscious community or a conscious industry? Because I saw this a long time ago. I already knew that these corporations was going to come in because this is a lucrative industry. Do you know how long Do you know how long just the conscious community alone been on YouTube and how much money have been accumulated? We talking about millions. The conscious community have generated millions of dollars since they've been on YouTube. Now, they only been on YouTube for about a good 10 to 15 years. Not even 15 years. Because it's 2019. The conscious community only been on YouTube, I'ma say since about what, 2010, 2009, maybe 2010, since they've been on YouTube. So they've been watching this community for years make money, and they watched us for years not take control of it and do what you just said, Haven. And this is why now we have what we have.
And then everybody gonna, dang, I don't know why I keep doing that, but now everybody gonna be crying because you're gonna have Chinese people taking over all the stuff. Now you're gonna have Chinese selling dashikis, all kind of African themed clothes, and all y'all other people on the conscious sideline. Y'all ain't gonna be able to make no more money, and then y'all gonna be crying up a river when y'all could have came together, stopped scamming, stop bullshitting, and came together, put your heads together, put your money together, and actually got something real off the ground. But now it's too late because now you got people who can outbid you in the game now, and most people coming in don't even know the difference. Like most people didn't even know African Mall wasn't even a black owned business. We can't even tell which ones is black owned and which ones is not anymore. It's over.
Facts. Mika asks, she said, the thing is, who do you blame, the hustler or the consumer?
You gotta I think you could blame both, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna use an old Chinese saying: "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." And that's why as the longer this goes on, the people are the more to blame because y'all keep falling for the same okey doke the same way. It's like they not even running damn near new okey dokes. It's the same bullshit. It's the same repackaged dumb shit where somebody gonna come running they fucking dick suckers talking about nothing that you didn't already heard a million times already. They're gonna come to you, say they not a leader, but they want to tell you what to do like they your leader, want you to give them money like they your leader, and put it in their pocket, and all you got at the end of the day is some information that you could have got for free already, or some information you done heard already 10 times over from 20 different speakers. So if y'all gonna keep falling for the okey doke, it's nobody else to blame but yourself. Like it's the same okey doke all the time.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's crazy because you know when I realized that the big players was gonna start coming around when Polite brought Ron Artest around. When I saw Ron Artest say he was a part of this shit, I said, "Oh shit, the big players about to come in. Hey, the big fish is coming now. The big fish is coming." As soon as I saw that, I said, "They coming. Here come the sharks." They smell blood in the water. It's over. Now it's over. Now we're here. So what you think about that, Kels? Do are you just listening because you kind of lost, or do you have an opinion on what's being said?
Oh no, I was just kind of listening because I don't know much about it, so I was just listening.
Got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Haven.
Yeah, I was saying too, and that was a big time that people, not only was the Arnold test thing a big thingy, but people squandered that opportunity, mainly Sonetta, by even letting Polite even talk to Ron Artest. Because most people don't know this. I put people onto this, but Polite scammed the Ron Artest. That's why you don't see them together no more. He scammed Ron Artest out of some bread. Ron Artest was ready to put up some money to actually make something happen for the people in the community, and Polite scammed them out the damn money. And that's again the people fault, because Polite should have been out the community long time ago. But y'all still want to let Polite be the face of the community. When new people come in, he scammed them, and then people leave, or people say, "I ain't fucking with this shit no more." Now imagine if y'all had somebody righteous who was actually met up with Ron Artest. They would have had money. They would probably have something popping by now, and they would have brought more people on deck, and it would have been done in a righteous way. Not in this fake way now with people just trying to see how much money they can get out the community and put in their pocket. Not like shit like David Banner doing. I know somebody's gonna get mad at me, but that's what he doing. He basically now he a conscious speaker, and now he's gonna go do lectures telling you shit that you done heard 50, 11 times already, and you're gonna pay him, but he's not gonna actually, anything is not actually gonna change for you, because they're gonna give you the same bullshit as information that you done heard 50, 11 times, put the money in their pocket and go about their business. Now you had somebody who came in there, who was here before David Banner, I would say, and was actually coming to do the work. He wasn't even coming as a shark. You didn't even know that. DS1. Like, he was coming to actually help the community and bring people in a righteous manner. But Polite scammed them, and then he been gone ever since.
Wow. See, yeah, I see. I didn't look at Ron per se as a shark, bro. I looked at, once people saw that he was over there, other people probably was like, "Oh, okay, maybe I need to see how I could get over there." You know what I'm saying? Almost like Polite ushered he ushered that corporate type of feel into the conscious community. Because before that, like John Doe put in the chat room, after he battled Rosenberg, the Jew, after he debated him, things changed after that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Ron Artest was a shark. I just think when the Sharks saw Ron over there, they like, "Oh, okay, so we can fit over there. We have a space over there."
Yeah, that's a fact. You got that right. You got that right, bro. That's exactly what happened. And again, another person who's a culprit in this is Sonetta. I gotta keep it tall. Niggas know I don't fuck with Sonetta no more, but it ain't just me. Oh, I don't fuck with him. It's because at the end of the day, you knew what Polite was, and you the one who even introduced Ron Artest to Polite. But Ron Artest came to meet up with you, and you putting them on to Polite, thinking you gonna use Polite to get the gab and run game on Ron Artest, get money out of him, and y'all going like some type of split it or something. But when it didn't work like that, because Polite took the money and ran like he did on you on all those debates, you want to get mad again, but then want to be his friend again because you're thinking, well, I could get some money out of him this time, just bring him back, and whatever the case may be. And it's like, come on, dog.
Exactly. So, man, that's crazy you said that about David Banner too, because I didn't think, he threw in the towel. See, me, I look at it like, when these dudes just, fall back and start doing that, they threw in the towel, man. They threw in the towel. And I think, what do you think about Killer Mike? Because I see Killer Mike doing the same shit. What do you think about Killer Mike doing the whole lecture tour and all that type of shit?
Killer Mike I see Killer Mike as different because one, Killer Mike is actually active in politics. Two, Killer Mike is still getting money other ways. Like he's still a rapper. He's still relevant. You feel me? Not maybe like you might not be listening to his music, but he's still doing his thing in other circles. He's doing this to be politically active. Like he's trying to organize people, trying to get people to get out and vote, not just come to people and say, let me tell you something that you done heard already, get money, and then I go about my business. He's still relevant. You feel me? Not maybe like you might not be listening to his music, but he's still doing his thing in other circles.
Mute your YouTube for me, Raphael. All right, cool. I feel you though, Haven. I feel you. I feel you. And I was asking you that question because somebody in the chat room, my fam in the chat room had asked that. But I definitely feel that way about Killer Mike too. I think Killer Mike is genuine about what he's trying to do. And I say that because he's very practical in his approach. He's not coming to you with no cockamamie 35,000 year ago highly updated idea for black people. He's being very practical and he's dealing with what we have now. Like he's attacking the situation from a local standpoint first. Let's get into the school system. Let's see who's our children teachers. And he's being very practical in his approach. So I agree with you with his sincerity. I think he's very sincere because he's not out there with no fantasy, with some fantasy island shit for black folks. Like we're gonna recreate the pyramid type of shit. He's not like that in his approach. He's very practical and he's actually on the ground doing it on a local level.
Damn right. I say you're right, bro. And the thing is about Killer Mike is he actually set down some of that fantasy. I remember he was at a speaking engagement and somebody was talking about like some fantasy revolution against the government. He shut that shit down ASAP. So let's get out that fantasy.
Facts. Welcome, Raphael. What's going on, brother?
Welcome.
Hi,
Good
Rafi.
evening. Good evening. I really like what you and Poetic Kills was talking about when I first came on about this whole water situation because we have a water crisis in Flint, Michigan, and now I live in Detroit, Michigan, and now everybody is just so scared to drink the water from the tap. But I tell people if I'm paying for water, I'm not gonna go and buy water unless my power is out. I've been drinking water from the tap all my life. Like I feel like people is just being stupid. Like when it comes to that, I mean, because everybody always talking about something wrong with the water. You don't know what you drinking when you buy that bottle stuff. You don't know we don't know what we drinking anyway. But come on, let's be honest. We don't know what we drinking.
That's a good point. I understand what you saying. You basically saying like, why are you telling us not to drink tap water? Tap water is bad, but the water they telling us to drink, we don't know if that's good. Shit, we
Yes,
don't know what's good really. Cause
that's true.
Exactly, facts.
That's
Because
true because didn't you just say somebody was passing off some toilet water as some purified water?
yeah,
see what
yeah.
I'm saying. See
Hey,
what
hey,
I'm saying.
Haven could chime in on that. He know all about the minister of toilet water.
No.
He's selling people $7 bottles of toilet water.
What you
I
talking
don't.
about? Inky?
Yup.
Yeah. That's one of the first people I exposed. That's how me and Sanada came fell out, man, because he's still trying to promote that nigga after he was selling that fake ass water that almost killed that black girl. And I'm like, yo, Sa, you can't promote this nigga. Like, he literally selling shit that almost killed black people, and he's still running around here like he's some health guru. He gonna fuck around and kill somebody listening to this nigga.
Exactly. I mean, you and Poetic Kills made my point for me. I pay for water every single month, and you mean to tell me, oh, now it's something wrong with the water because I've been drinking tap water all my fucking life. So if it's something wrong with it, I should be dead by now. I mean, that's just my opinion. I should be dead.
Right. Good point. Good point.
Practically, I should be dead right now because I always drunk tap water, and now that I live on my own, I really drink it. People is just stupid. I feel like.
Welcome, BT 1000. What's going on?
Hello.
How are
Peace to
you?
the chat. I'm good.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. Hope everybody's doing okay this evening.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just listening for right now.
I mean, come on, people. Come on, my good people. That the whole water thing, it gets on my nerves every time somebody talk about it. Cause I'm like, dude, I've been drinking tap water for 23 years, getting ready to be 24 years in about 3 months from now. But I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. And my grandmama, my own grandmama, told us like if it ain't killed you yet, it ain't gonna kill you.
You know what's interesting about that too, Raphael? One time I went to this expo in Manhattan because I'm from New
Mm-hmm.
York. And I went to this expo and there was an actual a water company at the expo, and they were testing people, regular people that would just walk in, and they was asking us to pick which water do we think um has the lowest pH. And
Mm-hmm.
surprisingly, the water that had the lowest pH was the bottled water, the purified bottled water.
Okay.
The purified bottled water that they sell in all the supermarkets for real cheap in the
Yes.
summertime, where you
Yes.
can go buy 6 cases for like $10.
Yeah. My brother do
I
it
know what
every
you're talking about, yeah.
That
my
purified
brother
water,
my brother do it every summer.
Purified.
yeah, that water actually had the lowest pH, and they actually tested they actually tested the tap water in New York City, and the pH of it was alkaline. New York has a pH water level of 7.5. That's the tap water in New York City.
I heard that. Yeah.
I actually saw it because he tested the water in front of me.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about Flint, Michigan water, but I know New York City tap water has a 7.5 pH.
I don't know about it either. Sleep sheep. I mean sheep. But I'm just saying. Me personally, I've been drinking water all my life, and ever since this Flint crisis happened, everybody in Detroit acting like they done lost their mind. I'm not doing it. I'm paying for water every month. No. And people be looking at me like I'm crazy, including my girlfriend, because she be like, "You drink that tap stuff?" Yes, I pay for it. The water, as a
Right.
matter of fact, the water company called me and they wanted me to do a survey. And the lady asked me, "Do you drink the tap water?" I said, "Yes, I pay for it. Everybody, don't I?"
Right.
What?
Exactly.
What did I mean?
And yeah,
Can you
you
mute
Maybe
really
it's
know
yourself,
just
what you're
me.
paying for.
BT1000? Mute yourself for me, please.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I mean, maybe it's just me, but if I'm paying for something, I'ma drink it. Even my staff, like he he be like, "I'm not drinking from the top." I said, "Oh, okay, well that's you.
I think that
Different strokes
she.
for different folks.
I
But
Right.
me,
Because
I'm drinking from the top."
when you really need some water, you'll drink from that tap water.
Exactly, poetic chaos. Exactly.
You know.
Cause I know it's already hard as it is to be it's already hard as it is to buy groceries. Now people want to start paying for water. I don't think so.
Yeah, in a
I
minute they're gonna be charging us for air.
they already charging us for central air.
Yeah, they are.
It's just a matter of time. You're right. It's just a matter of time because they already charging us for central air.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
just a
just
matter.
go extra 60 a month for that central air.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly my point. But all I'm saying is I'm not paying for no stupid water, bottled water. I look at that water in the store, it be high. Like the water, it be high. And I'd be sitting there like, really, bruh? No. And I keep it moving. I got me a big jug of water that I drink every day to quench my thirst or to do whatever I need to do with it. Because buying water is uncalled for. And everybody like, water should be free. And all I tell them is they have to they have to supply the water. So if they made water free, how are they going to supply the water to keep it running for citizens? Like like I don't understand. Same thing with heat and all this stuff. I'll be like, man, that stuff is crazy.
Is it okay if I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to the water, like, okay, I'm from New York as well. And I'm wondering, she when they tested the water and the pH balance was like 7 point whatever, when was it tested?
It was
Like how
tested.
long
It
ago?
was tested right in front of me. He
No,
actually had a testing kit.
no, I'm saying when was it? Like when was it tested in front of you? Recently, a
Oh no,
while
this
back?
oh this happened. This was years ago. This was
Okay.
years ago. This was years ago.
Okay. Cause see the thing about it is like I don't drink tap water. And the reason why I don't drink tap water is
Here we
because,
go.
huh?
I
Well, yeah,
said,
we
here
can
we
go
go.
there. Everybody, listen, if you choose to drink it, then go ahead and you know what? You drink it. But me personally, I don't choose to drink tap water only because you do have a lot of iron and things coming out of the faucet along with those pipes. Do you realize how long those pipes have been there?
Yes, I do.
So, but I'm
Detroit,
saying, if you choose
Detroit,
to drink it,
Detroit houses are very old and very ancient. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm.
But at the same time, I've been drinking it for 23 years, and ain't nothing happened to me. I'm
But
the
I don't
most.
think the effects of it would be like right away. I mean, we honestly don't know the effects of the water. You have live water, quote unquote live water, and then you would just have water that's just dead. It has nothing in it. No minerals or anything of that nature. So I mean, I don't tell people what to do. If you choose to drink tap water, then that's your prerogative. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't drink tap water.
And,
And I don't
and
drink a lot of regular water you could get for 50 cent, 99-cent water. Like most, I guess you would say most high levels of pH balanced water is not cheap. It's really not. So I say to each his
mm,
own, you know.
You're exactly
yeah,
right.
I, 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 I said the same thing. I say the same thing, BT. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you not everybody should follow my standpoint. I'm just saying what I do. I just feel differently about
No, I understand. I mean, like my mother, my grandmother. I mean, when we was younger, we didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Brooklyn, so yeah, we had to drink what the tap water. They wasn't buying any water. But as I got older and I started researching, you know, to me personally, when you have someone supplying your water, right? And
it.
you don't know where the water's coming from, what they're putting in the water. To me, that's cause for concern. Just like your toothpaste, your soap, and things of that nature. Like you don't know what they're doing to this water. So, that's
Ex-
just why I chose not
Exactly.
to drink it.
And as far as the soap goes, you know that soap Irish Spring. I
Hmm.
cannot use that stuff because it break me out. Like one time, I used it one time and I had big bumps everywhere, like all over my body, and I had to stop. And now all I use is Dove because that don't break me out. So
I got you.
I
yeah.
definitely, I definitely, I agree with all of that, and I'm definitely a person that I'm a water connoisseur, so I'm very picky when it comes to water. So um, for the most part, if I'm not drinking fully alkaline water, I'm either drinking distilled water or spring water.
Hmm.
I stay away from the purified water because the purified water, they add minerals and a bunch of stuff to it to purify it. So I stay away from that. I drink more distilled water or I'll drink spring water if I'm not drinking, the alkaline water. So for the people who can't afford, to pay $4 or $5 for a bottle of water, just drink distilled water or drink spring water. Stay away from the purified water. The purified water has minerals and all types of irons and metals in it. Don't stay away
Oh,
from
okay.
that. Deal with the distilled water. Distilled water is basically like you boiling out your tap water.
Hmm.
That's like distilled water. Or spring water is natural water from a spring. So
Okay, so let me ask you this: do they sell spring water in the grocery store? I know that's a stupid
yeah,
question, but I'm just
no,
asking.
they do. You just have to read it because what I'm starting to notice, like in supermarkets and stuff, they
You got to
always
read
they
everything.
push. Yeah, but see, you know how most black people are. We see some shit on sale, we go and grab it, and that's how we get caught with the purified water because they always keep the purified water right in the front, right on sale,
Yep,
dollar
yep,
and change. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Grab it and go. But look for the they sell those same packs of water, but they sell it in the spring water. They sell spring water like that. It may cost you maybe 20 or 30 cents more, but it's worth it. I know it's worth it because I drink a lot of water. I'm a water person, and I know when water quenches my thirst and when it doesn't. And purified water does not quench my thirst.
Like I've been drinking tap water, and I drink tap water, and I know that it quenches my thirst no matter what. but sometimes I have to keep drinking it. Like sometimes I have to drink the whole gallon just for it to quench my thirst. I noticed that, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I
That's a sign,
you
but
you gotta
that is a sign of a low alkaline level.
Mhm.
If you have to consume a lot of it, because good water, like just try to drink spring water for like a week, and you'll notice that if you take a whole bottle of spring water cold, you probably won't even be able to drink it all the way through, unless it's like 90 degrees outside or something. But
Exactly.
the water substantiates you when you drink it. You don't have to drink so much at one time.
see. I noticed that I have to drink so much at one time. I have to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and I'm like, and I noticed that I'm thirsty all the time. So I get you and BT point. I definitely get it. So I'm going grocery shopping this weekend. So I'm definitely going to do my due diligence and try to find some spring water and try for about a week and see where I get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
But
since you like water, because it sounds like you drink out the pitcher like me. So
yeah,
since
yeah.
you drink water like that, don't get the bottles. Get a gallon. Get a gallon of spring water or distilled
Hmm.
water. Put it in the freezer. Let it get real cold, and try to drink it the way you drink the tap water, and see if you can.
Okay.
And
I'm
see how different you feel.
because I'm telling you, like when I drink, like I just got finished drinking some water, and I'm thirsty again. Like I'm always thirsty for no reason, and I'm like, why is this happening? I thought if you drink just straight water from the tap, or whether you drink bottled water, you wouldn't be thirsty, but I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that because I have noticed it, but I just said, oh no, maybe it's just me being thirsty. Maybe I'm just real thirsty, but I have noticed it, so I'm gonna try it out.
You know,
Definitely.
Amazon, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Hmm. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Amazon actually, they sell a distilled water maker for like 125. And at first I thought that was a little bit expensive, but when you think about the money that you spend on water, especially like bottled water and stuff like that, if you don't drink from a tap, it actually makes sense to go ahead and invest money in the water distiller maker because at the end of the day, I think it makes a gallon, and it
Hmm.
takes a while for it to do it. But like I said, if you're a person that buys bottled water, then it would make sense to go ahead and invest in something like that. Because I heard
Because
that distilled water is the
I
best.
saw somebody with the steel maker, but I was like, I don't know how much it is. I don't know what it's called or whatever. I see a lot of people on YouTube with that, and I'll be like, wow. Because I noticed, like I was telling she, I noticed that I'm thirsty like all the time, like
Yeah.
all the time.
It's what
I
they call a
noticed.
bed water. It doesn't have anything in it. It's just there. It's just water. That's it.
Still water. Still water.
Mhm.
What's
Exactly.
going on, brother Rob?
What's going on, brother Rob?
Man, yo, what's going on, family? I'm just
What's going on?
I was just listening. I I don't know a whole lot about the topic. I just know that
Y'all mute up for me. I hear echo.
I don't know a whole lot about the topic. I just know the basics, that you're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day, and that I have a water purifier at my house, and what I do is I got a big gallon that take the purified water, off the tap, my purifier on the tap, and I just fill the jug. It's like a jug, a little, flip top where you can get water out of it, put a couple of lemons in it, and that's what we drink around the crib. We ain't no Kool-Aid family. So
I get it.
yeah, I'm just listening. I don't know a whole lot about the topic.
But yeah, but brother Rob, we was just talking because they was talking about water, and I said, well, I pay for water. Um, I don't know why people be getting on me about drinking from the tap because they had this. We have a big water problem in Flint, Michigan, and I was telling Sheep that I'm thirsty like all the time, and he was saying try the spring water. So I said I'm gonna try that and see how I do. And then BT, she just told me that they got the pillar. Oh, I'm mixing my words up. They got this thing where I can make my water. She said it's like for 125. So
Yeah, it's a distilling machine where it distills your water for you. But
wow.
it's a simple way to distill your water, and I grew up like this, because half of my family is Muslim, so we're
Mm.
kind of strict with certain things, like even when it comes to water, what we brush our hair with, all types of stuff. So one thing
Wow.
one thing my grandmother used to do, and or my aunts and even my mom, all you do to distill your water is boil it. Fill you up a big pot of some tap water, boil it. Once the water start boiling, pour the water out. Whatever's at the bottom of your pot is what was in your water. That's an easy way to distill your water. Just boil it.
Wow.
Now, would you be able to get all of the toxins out by boiling it? Nah, but you can, you're not ingesting everything. So I'm not saying that that's a method that's gonna get everything out, but it's a cheap and an easy method for you not to be drinking every goddamn thing that's in the water.
Exactly. And like I just got done saying, like I be thirsty all the time. Hell, I'm thirsty right now, and I just got done drinking some water. That's crazy. So I have noticed it.
Yeah, because like BT said, is dead water, and you gotta understand that the reason why you're still thirsty, bro, is because the water is not it's not nourishing your cells. It's not replenishing. And see what bad water does, it actually makes you dehydrated. That's why you keep drinking more and more and more, because the water is actually dehydrating. So
Wow.
I guarantee you, when you go and you drink that spring water or that cold distilled water, you're gonna be like, I need more. And you're gonna drink more, and then you're gonna be like, I'm good. Watch. Watch.
Wow. That's a good
And
point.
another point too is your diet. If you are consuming a lot of salty foods or a lot of sugary foods, it is natural that you are going to be thirsty all the time. So your diet might also trigger your thirst as well. So again,
I don't
I don't know a whole lot about the topic, but I do know nutritionally, if you consume a lot of sugary foods or a lot of salty foods, you are going to continually be thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Or
well
just like people that are always hungry and overeating. The reason you overeating is because the food that you eating or consuming is not nourishing. So it might be filling. You might be, like I know all of us have went to McDonald's. You was hungry as hell. You ate the burger,
yeah.
you ate the fries, you drank the pop, and then 2 hours later you hungry again. The reason
Exactly.
why is because of the
Exactly.
nourishment, the nourishment in the meal. There was no nourishment. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you hungry
I
again.
I understand that totally. I have switched up my diet actually. I don't eat nothing but ground turkey because of I can't eat red meat, and because I'm disabled. If you don't know, I'm disabled, and the ground beef, it just sit there, and it makes it hard for me to use the bathroom. So I had to cut it out and change my diet. And do you know, when I changed my diet, everything started working like it was supposed to. I'm like, dang, that's all it take? Wow.
Can I ask, what do you guys think about vitamins, especially for like us melanated people? What do you think about vitamins? I mostly take like B12
I t-
and
I'm
um
ta- I'm
black
taking
seed oil.
I I'm taking B12 right now because when I went to the doctor, BT, my doctor told me that my B12 was low, and he told me to buy B12 over the counter. So I take B12 once a day.
Okay.
What you think
So
about that?
so here's the thing. We definitely need to know what those vitamins and nutrients do for the body,
Hmm.
right? And so
Right.
B12, what B12 does for the body, it makes you absorb the good things that you eat out of the food, right? So say for instance, you consume some B12 and then you
Hmm.
eat some oranges while you got a cold. You're going to increase your, white blood cell count, exponentially. You know what I'm saying? Your T cell count. You go increase it exponentially because the B12 is pulling the nutrients out of the orange, if that makes sense. You
It
know what I'm
makes
saying?
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so that's
It
the
makes
thing.
perfect
You
sense.
wanna you wanna you wanna know what your body is deficient in, and then whatever that is, you wanna try to uh handle that with your diet. So say for instance, for women, right? You wanna eat foods that got heavy metals in them. Why? Because of your cycle. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So women should be consuming sweet potatoes and broccoli and pomegranates and things of this nature, cranberries, um, because they heavy in heavy minerals, potassium, iron, and things of that nature that you need for the body. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask a question because you just said broccoli. So broccoli is actually a vegetable. It's not a hybrid.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But broccoli has iron in it. Broccoli
Mhm.
has protein in it. So that's what I was referring to. The
Okay.
B12, the B12 will pull the iron out of broccoli. It'll pull all of the nutrients that's in broccoli. I don't want to leave any out that's essential. But I mean, obviously, plants, the more plant-based your diet is, the more healthier your diet is. That's just the bottom line because
Right.
you not consuming on a second level, you consuming on a direct level. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this question, brother Rob. Excuse me, BT. Um, so I like my vegetables raw, and when I say I like my vegetables raw, I like all my vegetables raw, like spinach, broccoli. I don't like my vegetables cooked, and I know you probably gonna tell me that you need to probably cook your vegetables, but I like my vegetables raw. Like I just eat it straight out. Like, what you think about that, brother Rob?
Well, I mean, brother, you have your preference. You know, some people juice, Some people eat their vegetables raw. Some people like them cooked. You know me, I'm a cooker. You know, so I cook my food. I steam my vegetables. I have a steam plate. I put it over the top of some boiling water, and that's how I'm able to keep the nutrients in my vegetables. You know,
Exactly. The
but
only
but
the
but
only
you know,
reason
just to,
why
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the only reason why I like my vegetables raw is because I don't like mushy vegetables.
Well, you know, again, that's preference, brother. You know, when it comes down to it, right? At the end of the day, um, our ancestors they cooked their food, and people been cooking food for thousands of years. So I know that it might be trendy, you know, for people to start eating seaweed and things of this, and they sea moss and all that. That might be trendy, you know what I'm
But it
saying?
don't
But
taste
that
good.
don't necessarily necessitate survival. I just think that sometimes we kind of get caught up in trends and things of that nature, and it takes away from the core argument, the things that are important. You know, your preferences are what they are, you know, but food deserts still exist, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are eating unbalanced diets. And so that's why a lot of black people spend a lot of money at doctors and, you know, buying all these medications when we could just, you know, eat and be healthy. You know, there was a book written about 60 years ago called How to Eat to Live, you know. And it
Wow.
ain't nothing but the Atkins diet. You know, Elijah Muhammad was right, you know, but you know, I rest on that point.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that, brother Rob, because like I said, I had to change up my whole diet because I would just eat ground beef, ground beef, ground beef, and then when I moved on my own, I don't. Well, the reason why I changed up my diet, because like I said, I was having problems using the bathroom, and I had to take an enema, and I said, well, let me just try something. Let me just see if I change my diet, the way I eat and things. Let me see if that'll work. So when I changed my diet, it instantly worked. So.
All right, let me say this. As far as vitamins and stuff like that, um, I don't specifically take any vitamins per se. I pretty much like to get my vitamin sources from the food that I like to eat. So I don't take outside like just vitamins like that. I mean, I used to take them when I was little, and I used to think they would work, but for some reason, I always felt like vitamins just didn't do nothing for me. I don't know. It's just weird. I just always kind of felt like it didn't do nothing for me, and that's not me trying to discourage anyone not to take vitamins, but I just get my vitamin sources from like my food, like and fruit stuff I like to eat. So that's where I usually to answer your question, BT 1000. But let me go ahead and let me ask y'all this. As far as the topic is concerned, is Black Pride for sale? What do you think about that, brother Rob?
Man, thank you. Thank you. I was glad that you asked me that. Um, Black Pride. That it's absolutely a selling point. That's exactly what it is. It's just been perverted, you know. It's been perverted to a way where people outside of our culture are able to benefit from the fruits of our pride. I'll just say one more time, and I say it all the time. Our story is that special. It really is. I didn't did the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact all over the continent they have, you know, high culture all over the continent, South Africa, Western Africa, Northern Africa, and then obviously Kemet. You know, so our story is that special. And everywhere we took our culture, everybody benefited. Now, history tells a story. I'm not indicting anybody, right? But you can look and see where the Portuguese went, where the Spanish went, where the British went, where the Romans went, where the Vandals went, everywhere they went. If you can point to one civilization in the world that benefited from them coming, I shut up. You know what I'm saying? And I know you can't, because I went on a fact finding mission to try to see if I can find it. Can't find it. What I'm saying to you is Black pride, right? That's something that we should take a look at. Every industry benefit from our pride. Every industry. Music, you know what I'm saying? Fashion, shoes,
I agree.
everything. Advertising. Hell, the way people protest. Where you think they learned that from? They learned
Us.
they learned it from us. And so what we got to do, stop believing everything that people say about us. Develop our own narrative so that we can sell it. And the only way we going to be able to sell it is by organizing. I'm going to close on the quote. I say it all the time. It's from Stokely Carmichael, better known as Kwame Ture. He say, if you organize a little bit, you get a little bit done. If you organize a lot, you get a lot done. But if you don't organize at all, you don't get anything done. That's all our people need to do. We just need basics, practical. We need to stop looking at each other as the enemy. Learn how to love ourselves.
Exactly.
And then after we love ourselves, the money gonna come home naturally. We gonna find a way to spend $1 with our brother and sister. The white man ice ain't gonna be colder no more. Man, we trust somebody that we know in history is untrustworthy. That's over a millennia now. It's documented. That ain't Brother Rob. I ain't throwing nobody under the bus. They got under themselves. Man, we gotta learn how to love each other once again, man. Find the greatness in one another. Hey, they found some redeeming qualities in the president of the United States. That's how he became president. After on TV, the news, reliable sources, as we call them, right? AP News had a audio recording of our current president saying, grab him in the pussy.
Yep.
A couple of weeks before the election. And white folks found enough redeeming qualities in him to send him to Washington, D.C. to be their representative. And we can't find enough redeeming qualities in Pookie and Ray Ray. Well, god damn. We can't find a couple of redeeming qualities in Boquisha and them. We can't find a few. See, they operating as a team. We the ones that's operating as individuals. We the ones that's operating as factions. We the one. We a community whether we like it or not. We just a dysfunctional community. That's what I say. You know, it's true we do come from neighborhoods because we don't control and operate, you know, the economic functions of that neighborhood. We don't own and operate them ourselves. So yes, I would technically say that they neighborhood. But what makes a community? The people. I remember, hell, man, Miss Sherrod, man, this lady, she would call the police on you if you turned on that fire hydrant, talking about her basement flooded. I never believed her basement flooded, but anyway, that lady came out there and whooped my ass. Hey, you better believe I found another fire hydrant to turn on. That's what make a community, bro. That's what make a community. The people.
I agree.
The people make it. And so you know, to my YouTube family, my YouTube community that I get down with, the lovely poetic Kills, my good brother DS1, and Ralph, and Haven, and everybody, Ty Brown, and you know, Raining Woman, all of the people that we get down with, brother Gab and JT, and everybody. Man, that's our community. And we just need to grow it. And and I'm gonna find a way to mess with you, fam. You don't fuck with me? Okay. Maybe in a couple of weeks you will. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. We gotta find a way, man. We gotta find a way. And we can't keep making excuses. It's too hard. It's too late. Oh, this'll never happen. Look, man, what you think our people was doing during the 60s? Man, they bombing churches and killing little girls. And we talking about it's too hard in 2019. And we got YouTube and a couple of dollars and come on, man. I don't know, man. I just feel like we need to be practical and we need to believe in ourselves. I believe in me, man. And so that's why I believe in y'all. Because I believe in me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna fall back, man. I feel like I feel like
No,
I
no,
feel like I mean, man, bro, I just had to get it off my chest, man. You
no
know,
doubt, bro. No doubt, bro.
That was well stated.
Well, here, brother Rob, you at home, man. So you good. What's going on, BT? Same question for you. Is Black Pride for sale?
I want to ask a question. How can someone sell you what you already have? So the way I look at it is, of course, it's for sale because we're dealing with a lot of Black people who don't have a sense of pride. If they did, they wouldn't buy into it. It would already be in them. So yeah, it's for sale because there's a market for it. So as I asked in the chat, who's the fault? The consumer or the hustler? Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I mean, yeah, if it wasn't a market for it, the question that you pose wouldn't have to be asked. But because a lot of us are, um, we don't have Black pride. We look at everybody else, every other culture. We want to be a part of it. We celebrate it. But you ask Black people, well, especially American Black people, what's your culture? What's the response you're going to get from that? What besides us being melanated people, besides our ancestors going through the struggle for us to be here, for us to have privileges that we didn't have back then. And I'm not saying that's a small thing, that's a big thing, and that's something to be prideful about. But how many of us really are? You can't sell me pride. I already have it. But for those who don't have it, it can be sold. That's how I feel.
on the flip side of that, Queen, this is what I say, right?
Hmm.
Um, you can't teach what you don't know. I have a lot of. I work in education,
Mm-hmm.
and I work in a community, and what I've come to know is this. Um, I just got to do the work. It's a lot of parents that would love to have their kids act right, but because they don't act right, they can't teach their kids to act right.
That's a
You
fact.
see? They
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what they don't know. They don't know how to live a noble life. So of course they can't teach nobility.
I agree.
There's some factors that we in this generation need to definitely take a look at historically so that we can understand how we got where we at. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind my accent, Queen, where do you live? What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
You in Georgia? All right. What part of Georgia, love?
Clayton County.
Clayton County. All right. All right. So I grew up in a urban setting. I grew up here in Chicago, and
Mm-hmm.
um, of course, our perspectives are going to be a little different in terms of what needs to be done in order for the Black community to rise up, so to speak. You know, different strokes for different folks. Like down there in Clayton County is a little different than Cook County. Let's just say.
Well, I'm not originally from Georgia. I just moved here.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm from New York.
Oh, you're from NY. So
Yeah.
the point I was trying to make is people that grew up in urban settings
Mm-hmm.
tend to look at reality or look at the Black experience a little different than our southern brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, and that plays a part in this discussion. And and I was just gonna say, we just kind of need to listen to each other and just start with basics. And so, man, I put it in the chat a couple of minutes ago, and I know I'm being long-winded. I'm sorry, but I feel like education is universal, and if we need to put a curriculum together for our pre-K kids, and then just run it all the way till they get out of high school. And I guarantee you, if we do that for the next, 12 years, we'll see the results. I'm gonna shut up.
I actually agree with you. I think that's the point that I was trying to drive. If you have these hustlers out here that are really they're getting people. Like, I mean, besides the Polites and the Dr. Umars and the Tyreeks and all of these people, my whole thing is that if we have the knowledge and the education, right, would there be Tyreeks, Tariq Nasheeds and Dr. Umars and Brother Polites, if we already had that education and that knowledge and we were strong in it? My opinion is like, no, they would just be talking, and yeah, we would listen to them, but it's like we already know this, we understand this, we believe in ourselves. So I do agree with you that education and knowledge is definitely the beginning. But as the question asks, is pride being sold? And it is, because there's a market for it, and we know why there's a market for it.
Man,
Mm.
sister, it's a philosopher. He's Algerian. His name is Frantz Fanon, and he wrote a book. And in this book is a very powerful premise that goes right along with this conversation. And so the
Mhm.
premise is as such. When a colonizer comes, he doesn't just colonize the land. He colonizes everything. He colonizes the way people dress, the way people eat, cultural customs. Um, but most importantly, what he colonizes is the commentary of history.
Hmm.
That is the key. That's the key right there. And so propaganda in this sense is key.
Very interesting.
And so by them being able to colonize everything, now that we have so-called freedom, the remnants of their colonization still exist, and we are in some type of stupor, or we are ambivalent to it, we aloof to it, we have some type of apathy towards it. Maybe we don't realize how heavy a hand, politically, socially, economically, even religiously, they have attacked black people. And in these discussions, we seem to overlook that, you know. Um, Man, I mean, and we got a lot of healing to do it. So that's one of the topics that we always talk about here. We got to heal before we build. The healing starts where we know where we hurt it, you know. I just man, I can
I
keep
agree
going.
with you 100%.
Yeah, I just want to clarify my point, but maybe that's a whole nother live stream. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, and it's like I do agree with you. I think like for me, the my perception of things is this. When we speak about like the black community, right? When I think about community, I think about what's around me, what I can touch, what I can see, that's community to me, right? I can't, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but it is what it is. It's like I think that every time something is wrong or people perceive something to be wrong, especially black people, we always blame, oh, the black community. Every time something doesn't go the way people think it should go, or a person doesn't do something we believe they should do, especially a black person. Oh, see, this is the problem with the black community, especially being on YouTube and listening. It's disgusting. And this is what I go back to when I say pride. How are we supposed to be? How are we supposed to have pride when every time you turn around, we are constantly putting the quote unquote black community down for every little negative thing? Well, that's the black community, crabs in the bucket, this, that, and the third. It's like, no, there, to me, at this point in time, there is no black community. To me, community is what you make it. That's how I feel. To sit up here and say, oh, well, the black community, we need to do this, we need to do that. I don't believe that's how it's gonna work. I don't. And so I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, everybody might not agree with me. It is what it is. That's just how I feel. I think that we need to re-examine when we say the black community, exactly what are we talking about? Because the black community or black people are still individuals. People are going to do what they're going to do. People are going to act the way they want to act. Why, if we don't like other people grouping us, why do we group ourselves? And then when we do it, it's for the most negative things. So how were we supposed to have pride in who we are when we're constantly belittling each other?
So this is where the Black Power movement. This is why they were targeted by the FBI.
Mhm.
You see, J. Edgar Hoover, although he was very evil, he was wise in plotting the demise of the Black Power movement and searching for the next Black Messiah. All right, so imagine, right? You a mother
Mhm.
in the 60s, and you see what happened to Dr. Martin Luther King. You see what happened to Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened to H. Rap Brown. You seeing what happening to all of these guys, Robert F. Williams. You seeing what's happening. Are you gonna tell your son to be a revolutionary?
Would I tell my son to be a martyr, a revolutionary?
Yeah, would you have him stand for the cause?
No, chances are I would not, but I would tell my son to follow his heart.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
probably
my
what
my point in making that point, right,
Mhm.
is this. We are now dealing with the fallout of that mentality.
I
You
got
see
you.
what I mean? We
Mhm.
were operating from a fear ethic because white folks stepped up their tactics toward black folks, and we haven't come out of that fear ethic because of all of the other tactics that they done used over the years. And I can point it out, you know what I'm saying, over history. Like I said, I wouldn't say I'm a historian, but I study history. I'm a student of history, right?
Yeah.
So you got heroin, you got the HIV, then you got crack that come. Then they knock down all of the housing projects, right? So what does that create? It creates chaos in urban settings because of the instability of the black community that they created. And we just dealing with the fallout. So that's why we judge ourselves so harshly. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was to close your eyes symbolically and I said drug dealer, you're not gonna think of the CEO of Walgreens. You're gonna think of Pookie and Ray Ray. You see what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. Me being who I am, I'm not gonna think of Pookie and Ray Ray because you got dudes on Wall Street that's crackheads. But
Yeah,
see,
but
you don't know
hey,
this.
but
It's a different perception that
uh,
you'll have. Uh-huh.
my premise is
Mhm.
we have fallen hook, line, and sinker for the narrative that they have painted for black folks. Ronald Reagan, he did it masterfully when he was talking about welfare queens in the
Mhm.
80s. That was a propaganda campaign. You know what I'm saying? Um,
So,
um, Three Strikes and You Out, Tough on Crime. That was a propaganda campaign. You see what I mean? And
yeah.
those things they heap so much uh negative fallout on the black community. They was like nuclear social bombs that they dropped on the black community. And we don't have any empathy towards that. It's amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with it, sister. We just have to. We got to be strong enough. That's just my
agree with I
take on it.
agree. I do. I agree with you. And that goes back to me saying that we just listening a lot of times to different people speak, and I happen to be black, it's just always so negative, always putting the other one down because maybe they don't dress like this or they don't have this, and it's just like, okay, if you tell me that you understand where a lot the systematic problem is, right? You telling me you understand it, so then why are you going back to someone else and just totally, like, I don't know, just disrespecting them? You understand? And that's my problem. That's why I said when we say black community, what exactly are we talking about when we say this? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I say once again, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Tommy Sotomayor is part of the black community. He is. You know
What
what I'm saying?
community? That's my
And
point. What's
what
the
we gotta
community?
do, we gotta deal with all of the trauma, all of the all of that negative shit. That is part of our family. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and until we deal with it, right, it ain't going nowhere. We gonna have a couple of goons. We gonna have a couple of motherfuckers that don't mean us no good. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Them are the people that rarely come to the family reunion. And if they do come, everybody talking about their ass, they over there in the corner. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
At,
I
at,
do.
at the end of the day, sister, that we gotta work. If you mean the black community good, I know you do. Just by your passion, right? Man, you gotta work that much harder. You know what I'm saying? I spread myself thin. You know.
I just want to, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but to Martin Smith, it's not about being concerned. It's just like when we use These words, oh, the black community, just like you're saying right now, why are you concerned? Why shouldn't I be concerned? Why do we sit up here and become hypocrites? You don't want nobody to tear you down. You don't want nobody to rip you to shreds. So why are we doing it to other people just because we can? That's my point. Now,
I'm gonna tell you why, sister. Man, a lot of men are dealing with their powerlessness in this society. I'm not saying that for everybody, right? But on this medium right here, YouTube, that's a way for them to flex some power. You know what I'm saying? They can't go get a bill
ignorant.
pass. They can't go get a bill pass, but they can what I'm saying, chop somebody down with some words on YouTube and make themselves feel a little better. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that the black community need a lot of help. But what are we focused on? You know what I'm saying? What do
But
we value?
and
That's
that's my point.
hmm
That's my point exactly. If when we know that, we need the help, right? We need the knowledge. Why is it such a big thing not to really, I'm not speaking on you, I'm just speaking in general, and I'm not speaking about any certain YouTuber. I'm just speaking about what I see. Why is it that it's so easy to tear each other down as opposed to give the knowledge, right? And then let's take it back to Dr. Umar, Polite, and all of them. They give the knowledge, but then they charge you for the knowledge. They're what you would call scamming for the knowledge. So we sit up there and we'll talk about that. These are scammers. These people are taking advantage of their own people. But then do you understand where I'm going with this? It's like it's like you can't win. It's like you cannot win. So how long are you supposed to fight that good fight just for the same things to constantly keep going? That's why me personally, I'm
yeah.
just like,
Hey,
I,
I'm gonna tell you, man, man, how long? You know, what I'm saying that he a hero, man. Dr. King, he say, how long? Not
mhm,
long. You know what I'm saying? Because the universe
mhm.
bends towards justice. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Do I have some, resources, something to point it out to? No, I don't. Right? But I'm gonna keep doing what I think is right. And everybody else, you know what I'm saying, they can talk whatever they want to talk and say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna make me agree with them. It's not. You know what I'm saying? I got thick skin. I just know that I gotta have patience with our people because they done experienced a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I actually, the way I look at stuff is I do what I do, right? How I treat people, that's a reflection on me. I can't save the world. I can't save the quote unquote black community. I can only put my best foot forward and show my character. You understand? And that's all I can do. But I was just basically speaking on what I see and with the question that was posed, black pride, and why is it being sold? And I'm just saying, yeah, it's being sold because it's a market for it, because a lot of us just don't have that pride. We are not proud of who we are. We are not proud of where we came from. And I can understand why. I can understand why, because we can go all day and say, well, and I would say white supremacy. They've done this, they've done that, they've done this. Well, I know that. I understand that. But then what are we doing to each other? And yeah, I can't solve that and I can't stop it. But it doesn't mean don't bring it up. It doesn't mean don't talk about it. Throw it out there. That's just where I'm coming from.
I agree. I totally agree. Um, and some of the points that you make, BT, is some of the points I've made because I've done a stream what about a week ago saying that there is no black community. So I totally agree. I want to welcome I want to welcome Reigning Woman. Welcome, Reigning Woman. Great to see you, sweetheart.
Hi, sweetie pie.
Good evening. I had my mic muted because I was in the kitchen. How y'all doing tonight? Peace and blessings to everyone on the panel and in the chat room.
Peace.
I just chimed in, so I just caught like the last 10 minutes of the stream. But one thing that I wanted to say is that I believe one of our problems is that our people have a tendency to focus more on the pain than the progress. It's like we're more, it's like the pain now is easier to deal with than the idea of progress because progress takes work and complaining about the pain doesn't.
I
Great
agree.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Great point. Great point. And just to touch on what you were saying, one thing I noticed um with us is we've gotten very complacent in our position that we're in as a people. You know, we think that we think that everything is okay, you know, and this is what we was kind of talking about earlier about how they sell us this idea of, you know, life being a certain way. And it's almost like an illusion because it's like black people, like you said, Raina, we don't really want progress. We rather keep arguing about the problem instead of being solution based. That's why I say that the problem is not the lack of building, it's the lack of healing. Because the lack of healing is the reason why we choose not to progress and we choose to focus on pain. Because whenever you're in pain, you're going to focus on what hurts. And we have to get past we have to get past that point. And the only way we can get past it is if we heal. That's why my statement is heal before we build. That's the motto for this channel because
Right.
we're not going to have no substantial building. We're not going to have something that will last. You know, things something that, you know, generations of our people can see
Right.
and know where it came from because we'll end up destroying it ourselves
Right.
due to the fact that we like to focus on the pain.
Right. Yeah.
I
But you know
agree.
what? You
I'm
know
sorry. Go ahead.
one good thing is your case is you're a lot of things, and I'm sure sorry is not one of them. So you apologize, but I'm sure you're not sorry. Um, One thing though is that at least we're having more conversations, right? And no action can really begin without a conversation. Even with ourselves, like even before any change happens in our personal lives, we have to first have a conversation with ourselves about our personal lives, right? So at least we have uh, several conversations going in, even though it may not seem like the conversations are going anywhere. The fact that the conversations are being generated from person to person to person to person to different channels and different avenues and different arenas, there is a movement. There is something for the universe to move on. There are vibrations for the universe to move on, you know. And the thing is to be, for those that are having the conversations and are having the conversations because you want to be agents of change versus agents of chaos, then you just have to be mindful and careful and protective over the vibrations that you send and where you send them off to, and who are you connect with, you know, around that can throw a monkey wrench in your vibration. And sometimes, you know, sometimes people really don't don't want to hear that. But millionaires don't go. They millionaires want they even want to help bums. They don't go lay on the sidewalk next to the bum. That doesn't make any sense. There's a reason why why they don't.
Good point. Um, I remember something that Biggie always said. He always said we can't change the world till we change ourselves. So a lot of us is looking for something that we're not willing to partake in. So if you're not going to be a part of the solution, stop complaining that there's a problem. Period. If you find yourself separate from other black people, then don't talk about the black struggle, because obviously it has nothing to do with you because you separate yourself from it. So people just got to understand that we going to be part of the solution or we going to be part of the problem. And if you don't want to be part of anything, then to me it's nothing to talk about. I don't even I'm to the point where I don't even want to converse with people like that. Hopeless people who don't have no hope, people that don't believe in nothing, people who just saying, well, it's nothing we can do. That type of mentality is dangerous. I don't want to be around people like that.
Right.
People like that are kamikaze. They'll kill you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have nothing to hope for. They don't have nothing to look forward to. And
Exactly.
people like that are dead inside.
Exactly.
They're not pushing toward anything. If you don't
Right.
see, if you don't have the vision to see the future, you don't know that there's any you don't know that the future exists.
Right.
So
It doesn't. In essence, it does not exist
it
because it
doesn't.
doesn't exist for
Exactly.
you.
Exactly. If you can't conceive it, then it doesn't exist. That's true. That's true. And those them type of people, I feel like those are the people who are the agents who are selling black pride.
Mm-hmm.
Those people, the Polites, the Umars, those guys really don't believe in the progression of black people. They believe in the progression of themselves.
Mm.
They don't see themselves part of the black struggle anymore, because
Right.
to them they're not struggling anymore.
Right.
And this is why they sell the idea of them being part of us to us.
Right.
That's what
Right.
Umar's doing. He's putting out these crazy videos walking through an abandoned building with people turning their flashlights on their phones on, and he telling people, yeah, this gonna be the boys' classroom, and this gonna be the girls' locker room. And I'm like, people don't see that this dude is like this is a goddamn ploy. Like, y'all
Right.
y'all don't see this. This man is not buying this school. If
Right.
he was buying the school, why the lights not on? At least. Like,
Right.
why y'all walking through the building with flashlights?
Right.
Come
And then,
on, man.
and then it's a huge burden on donors. Like, I,
Right.
I wish people understood how much it actually take to run a school.
Right.
So you run a school during the winter, fam. Yeah, yeah, gas costs like a motherfucker in the wintertime.
Right.
You know? Then lights, then technology. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? We ain't even talking about salaries.
Right.
I ain't even mentioned salary yet.
Salaries, benefits,
Life
supplies.
insurance,
Right.
retirement plans. You got to have all of these different licenses and man, Joe. I mean, I'm talking about to run a school. We're talking. It's $1 million operation, and that's
Right.
yearly.
Right.
And I, the brother was on brother X. I asked him. I said, he said it was gonna be an independent school. All right, all good. You know what I'm saying? But you need some funding. from the
Right.
state, from your city, or federal. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? People
Right.
got all bent out of shape because Morehouse is gonna be admitting transgender students. Why you think? Because it's a federal statute.
Right.
And in order for them to get the money, they have to let the transgenders in.
Right. And they're backing it up financially.
Exactly, because
They're standing
that's what the
together and they're
federal
backing
government.
it up.
Exactly. So it's either you admit transgender students, right? Or
Right.
and that goes for Harvard, that goes for Yale, that goes for Stanford, and anybody else that's going to accept that federal money.
Right.
Why doesn't Harvard have to admit transgender students? Because their alumni money is so strong, they don't need the federal money.
Right.
There it is. It's structurally built in for them to maintain their culture while we are reactionary to theirs.
Reactionary.
So, brother, do you remember when you had did Amos Wilson and I played the little clip of the consciousness?
Mm-hmm.
That's exact what we talking about is exactly the solution that Amos Wilson, that to me, the most profound social scientist of the 20th century, Dr. Amos Wilson. Please go and check out this brother work. If nothing else, go and listen to a lecture or anything that the brother did. But he said, when we start visualizing ourselves in positions of power, we won't be sitting around reacting. We will be the
Right.
ones that are producing.
Right. And it's hard to
We won't be
produce
reacting.
when
We
you're
will be
reacting.
and
It's hard to
dictating.
produce when, yeah, it's hard
Right.
to
We
produce when you're
dictating
emotionally
situations
charged.
instead of reacting to situations.
Exactly.
Mm. How you doing tonight, Raymond Woman?
I'm blessed and I'm grateful.
We definitely need to.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry I did.
We
All right.
definitely need to figure out a proper response instead of a reaction. We
You
we
know,
we need to figure out how to respond.
one thing that I would say to that, bro, is to learn, to practice, and to learn how to master our our emotions every day, no matter what. Learn and practice, right? And to, no matter what happens, to tell yourself that you're not going to react. And you have to do this because if you don't, it's like you got to pause. You have to be intentional. It's not accidental. You have to be intentional and say, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to react to that right now. I'm going to wait. Let me take a step back. Let me breathe. Let me go do what I need to do and check in. Give myself some time, give myself some space. Distance yourself from the noise of the situation that's causing you to even want to react.
That's
And
a great point.
when we begin to practice that in our everyday life, before anything major is shown to us in the media, it'll be a lot easier for us to do when it happens. But it has to be intentional. See, one of the things is that we're so used to reacting to our in our everyday life anyway. Every day. We're reacting with our emotions, with things that happen on our job, something don't go right, that's going to affect our finances, something run late or whatever. We automatically react. So then Then we can go, into an office building or go into a store. Somebody don't do something where we wish they would have done it or thought they should have done or they could have done it. We could have done it better, whatever, and we react. And then we begin to have conversations around our reaction, and other people they add fuel to our reaction. So they fuel the fire because we find other people to join in our complaints. So we're keeping it going, right? And it's the same way with things that happen in the media. And the situation in the media may or may not be real, and it may or may not be warrant a response from us or warrant any attention or energy from us. But we don't even give it time to even try to assess it. We just react. But in our reaction, we have never recalibrated back down to zero. So it's easy for us to calibrate. It's easy for us to go up, to charge up to like 75 because we was already at 35 at a constant.
That's very very important, and I think people shouldn't look past that. I noticed we've been touching on a lot of health things. I will be doing a health awareness series coming up on this channel. Y'all stay tuned for that. Um, Anybody who would like to be a part of it, want to add any information to it, you guys are welcome. But what you saying, Rain and Woman, is extremely important because a person's emotional state shows shows um shows how they feel mentally, and the way a person reacts emotionally, a lot of times you can tell what kind of what state they're in at that time. So when you learn how to master your feelings or learn how to control them, that's a very big thing when communicating with one another, because I notice a lot of things spiral out of control are all for emotions on YouTube. A person may not be able to accept criticism that may be constructive, but a person's emotional state, like I said, dictates how they think. So you could be giving someone constructive criticism, but they taking it like you're actually trying to diss them. And that could turn a whole panel upside down. And I see that happen a lot, just even in public. Somebody could step on your shoe, and the way you respond and the way they respond, it spirals out of control very, very easily. So what you're saying is very, very important. And I hope that don't go over people's heads, man, because that's important when it comes to how we deal with each other, how we communicate with each other, because all that ties into unifying. It's hard for us to unify because we don't like each other. We take little riffs and tiffs that we have with each other, and like I said, add the emotional trauma part to it, and the shit turns into an atom bomb. So what you saying is absolutely true. But I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stay on, because I don't want to hold y'all too late. Tomorrow's Monday, everybody's working. So I'm gonna let everybody say their last remarks, and then we gonna close out. Let's start with you, BT. You've been quiet.
I just want to say thanks for having me on. I think the discussion is necessary. I mean, we all have our own perceptions of things, but at the end of it all, is necessary. And yeah, that's all I want to say. And just one love to everybody. That's it.
I appreciate you, BT, and you welcome anytime.
Thank you.
No
You guys
problem.
have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Thank you.
Reigning woman.
You know, I'm just gonna close out with this. Heal before we bid.
No doubt, no, no doubt, no doubt. No, you know how to make me smile. Last remarks, great moderator.
Of course. Much love to you, fam, for having this panel. This was a very good conversation. It's talk. I appreciate you for letting me be up here. Much love to Brother Rob. Much love to Sis Reigning Woman and BT who was on the panel. And much love to the chat.
No doubt, no doubt. Last remarks, big bro.
Yeah, I was just gonna suggest that us as a YouTube community, we find out historically where we fell off at and try to pick up from there. I think that's where the conversation should be. You know what I'm saying? After the civil rights movement, what happened? You know what I'm saying? And pick up from there. So I think that's where we should start. Those my closing remarks.
No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. My last remarks is definitely I feel like Black Pride is for sale, has been for sale for a long time. And I feel like what we need to do is like BT said, it's for sale because we don't have no pride, you know, because your pride should never be something that can be purchased, because to have pride is that's a sense of self. That's an internal thing. So somebody should not be able to purchase something that's from within. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me respond to John Doe real quick. John Doe says, if you just telling someone they wrong, that's an attack in their eyes. That's when fight or flight response kicks in. But when you have that rapport, it's like a coach pointing out how you can improve and the trust is there. I agree. I agree, John Doe. And that's key. And that's what we have to do. We have to teach with compassion, and we definitely have to um stop purposefully just attacking each other. You know, let's teach with compassion and some type of empathy from one another. That's how we gain understanding, because we all have to understand that we hurt. So we cannot heal if we're speaking to each other in a certain way. Like my mom used to always tell me, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that's true, because when you're communicating with people, the way you communicate things is how people are going to take it. Because for the most part, a lot of people don't know how to differentiate certain things. So we definitely got to pay attention to communication. So I agree with that, John, though. But I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Um Deprogramming, reprogramming. Exactly, Mika 32. I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. This is DS1 Ross, a Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we gotta heal before we build. We gotta heal before we build, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good day tomorrow at work. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. Peace.